Hey, fam. So Devin had shared her in-body reading, and I asked her if I could share it with everyone in the group because this is such an awesome opportunity to kind of go through what these in-body readings mean and kind of how to navigate them. So thank you, Devin, for letting me kind of go through this and share the learnings with everyone. So I'm going to go into screen share so we can kind of see what we're looking at exactly. Okay, so if you guys haven't had an in-body reading done before, they're awesome. And it gives us access to see what's happening in your body right now. And with that information, then we can really start to create what would be the best macronutrient profiles for what you have to work with and what your goals are. So first and foremost, Devin's goal is to build muscle. And to give you guys some sort of baseline is that in order to build muscle, we need two primary things. We need the proper balance of fuel to not only fuel muscle, but also to recover it. And we need enough strength training to cause the muscles to get larger. So looking at here, so the in-body is basically reading water distribution in the body. We don't hold water in our fat, we only hold it in muscle and organ tissue, and that's how it can tell the difference. So there's a few things that can skew readings, but right now we're just going to look at what these readings are showing. So here at the top, total body of water is the water that's held in our muscle and our organ tissue. Dry lean mass is going to be our skeletal system, and then body fat mass is just exactly what it is. Lean body mass is now a combination of our muscle, our organs, and our skeleton. And then everything together makes up our total weight. So weight here is just repeated. And then we have our skeletal muscle mass, which is the amount of water we have inside muscles. No organs are included now. Body fat mass is just repeated. We come down here. I don't look at BMI. It's a very silly estimate in terms of what health is. We just kind of skip over it. But we do look at body fat percentage. So the body fat percentage is the ratio between muscle to fat. So the more muscle your body has, the lesser the body fat percentage is. So basically what that means is that it's not just looking at body fat, it's looking at muscle in comparison to body fat. So if Devin, or as she builds muscle without even fat changing, body fat percentage will reduce because it's the ratio between the two. Then we have your segmental lean analysis. This is the amount of muscle she has on either arm, leg, and torso. And Devin, you are super balanced, so that's awesome. And then finally, we have our basal metabolic rate. So our basal metabolic rate is the rate that our body burns calories while it rests. So this is the amount of calories Devin's body is using while she's at complete rest. And this number is 100% governed by your muscle mass. So it requires all of the body's energy to maintain muscle. It requires zero energy to maintain body fat. So basically, muscle is our most expensive commodity. So here Devin is saying that she got this body scan. The trainer nutrition coach at CrossFit recommends add another protein shake before bed every day if I want to build muscle. Okay, I would say perhaps this might be an okay suggestion if you weren't getting protein throughout the rest of your day. But the thing is that protein is not what builds muscle tissue. In order to really see muscle gains, we need carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are what allow our body to contract muscle tissue, and they are what fuel the engine of our muscles. So in my experience, when we want to build muscle, we want to add carbs. Our body can only metabolize so much protein at one time and throughout the day. So adding more protein isn't actually going to create a benefit. It's not going to allow you to build more muscle. We're already giving you a high percentage of protein, so we don't need to add any more. If so, how many grams do you recommend? Okay, so I would not recommend more protein. Also wondering if we could please adjust my macros based on this. Also since I'm doing CrossFit, can we bump up my fat and lower my carbs? I find I need more fat and can do without a few carbs, if that makes sense. So what I'm hearing or what I'm reading is that you find that it's easier to add more fat, or that maybe is what your body's craving, and that you do better with fewer carbs. Your body isn't craving that. So I guess it's a little bit contradictory to what will actually work to build muscle tissue. So we do need carbohydrates in order to build muscle tissue. Right now, we already have your calories on a rest day in a surplus of your metabolic rate, which is great because your goal is to build muscle. So right now, your ranges are set about 1350. And then on training days, they're close to 1600, which is awesome. That's exactly where you want to be. So if anything, what I would do is keep the consistency of the CrossFit, make sure you're hitting your carbohydrate quantity. And then if anything, and if you feel like your body's asking for more, then let's slowly increase your calories and watch how your body responds. Increasing everything altogether will be a little bit more helpful because we want to make sure that your body has enough carbohydrates in order to build muscle tissue. The body can't build it effectively with just fat unless you're going complete keto. When you're going complete keto, something else completely happens. But keto is basically a maximum of 30 grams of carbohydrates a day, and that is very unsustainable for the general population. And now that you know how 30 grams of carbs adds up really quickly, it basically means that vegetables and fruit are almost non-existent in ketogenic diets or in very, very low quantities. So Devin, I hope this helps. I would actually say and recommend that as it is right now, if you want to change anything, I would increase your calories. So if you're open to that, let us know, and we can just adjust that in your macronutrient profile. For those of you who are in this position where you're really looking to build muscle, what we do is we'll slowly increase calories about 50 to 100 grams every 2 weeks. And then you just watch how your body's responding. And those calories just get evenly spread throughout the whole day. Because it's such a small amount, you really don't notice too much. But you should feel it in your body that it's getting enough fuel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Devin, I hope this answers your question. And please let me know if you have any additional thoughts and how you'd like to move forward. Okay, thanks, guys.